So, you want to get into farming, but you don't know where to start. Okay, cool. I hope this video helps you. Remember to share, save, comment, all that jazz. But before I get into it, just a reminder, we are having our attender readiness class on the 1st of May. That's a Wednesday. The class starts at 7 p.m. It's online via Zoom. So you can purchase your tickets through the link in my bio or the link in the comments. We will be going through all the stuff you need to get going with tendering and how to actually tender. This is for all the smaller jobs, the supply jobs that are easy to get started with. So if you're keen on that, remember, link is in the comments and link is in the bio. Cool. So you want to start getting into farming. Sharp. Let's remember that farming is not just one thing. Like it's a spectrum of things. But for the sake of simplicity, let's say farming is split between you are growing crops or you are farming animals, right? So the first step in all of this is figuring out what you have and what you don't have. So again, for the sake of this example, let's assume you have nothing. You are at zero. Okay. So to get started, I'd say maybe looking at it from a crop side, right? If you have nothing, you don't have any land, you don't have anything to work with, the first thing you should look at is being an intermediary. What I mean is that you need to find a way to get in contact with people that are still actually in the farming space, people that are already in the farming space that are growing crops and selling those crops, whether it's to supermarkets or whoever. You strike a deal with them, and in that deal that you strike with them, you are buying their crops at a lower rate and you're setting up a stand, let's say in Soweto or in Tembisa or Alex or wherever. You set up a stand and you're selling those veggies, crops or whatever, right? Whatever you bought there, you are selling there. So, because you don't really need to own a farm to really get into farming, that's the first point. But if you want to get to the point of you are growing your own stuff or growing your own crop or growing your own animals and whatnot, then the next point that you can do is look at leasing land. So you don't necessarily need to own land to get into farming, but you can lease land. You'd have to go speak to farmers again and see if they would be willing to give you land to say, okay, I am willing to rent, for example, 1,000 rand, 1 hectare for 1,000 rand a month or 1,000 rand, whatever, a quarter. I don't know. You have to figure it out between you and them. So from there, once you have that agreement in place, then you need to make sure, okay, this agreement is for a period of X amount, 1 year, so that at least you know I can start this farming thing and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, the lease will end and I don't need to get back into it. And then once you're there, obviously you need to start getting materials and stuff. So people that can help there, the Department of Agriculture, right? Department of Agriculture has, I think it's 2 funding programs. I can't remember the other name, but the one I do remember is LARP. If you go on Google and you type LARP fund, you will see that. You can apply for that. They can help you get machinery. They can upskill you. They can train you on a number of things. So that's how you really get started and get going into farming. Um, if you don't have space, if you don't have the land, you start by trying to be an intermediary. If you know someone that's farming goats or cows, you yourself start referring people to that person to buy their cows. Obviously, you have to agree on prices with that person to say that anybody that says they've been referred to by me, you add 1,000 rand or 2,000 rand on top so that you also make a profit. And once you've made enough, you can start buying your own livestock and start growing your own livestock. Nah. And you follow the same steps. You can go lease land where livestock can sit and thingy, use whatever money you're making to build them shelter, provide food, and make sure that they're growing properly. So that's just a quick overview in terms of how to really get into farming. I hope that helps.